Get more of a Scorpio energy with him. Sorry, Scorpios. Birthday comes in at. It might not be related to the kids or anybody. It might be related to him. Surveillance.
The released security video shows what could be suspect Brian Kohberger's white Elantra driving past the crime scene the day of the stabbings. The video.
He was caught on surveillance, but he had an obsession. He has an obsession with one of these girls. I feel like I'm following them because he's a creeper. He's too peeking in windows. I've been obsession feeling with one of the girls, and one of the girls that's blonde. It might even be the one that I'm looking at right now, and that might be the pull to her.
Targeted Maddie. But according to the book, Kohberger definitely knew who she was.
I hear the dead of night. Waited, coward.
And a coward, you know.
I hear, when a sliding glass door opens, like how that sounds.
In through the second floor glass sliding door, the very one that
multiple times. This is something where someone's lost control, and my head is hurting, so I don't know if at one point, I've been stabbed in the head or something like that. Like this.
Dana had skull fractures. We knew she had been badly injured. And now we're learning that Maddie had wounds on her face, around her ear.
Been trying to say, for the last few days is what this reminded me of, is when Ted Bundy went into the dorm and attacked all those girls. That's what this reminds me of, and that's what I keep picking up with this.
Well, one of my theories has always been, why the house? There were at least 5 women who were living in that house. And then if you overlay that in his obsession with Ted Bundy and, the murders in the sorority in Florida, he was a target, and then he fixated on a particular woman within inside of that house, i.e. picking up where Ted Bundy left off. Background.
Screaming and someone running. So
after earlier reports, the victims were likely sleeping. New court records show at least one victim, Xana Kernodle, was likely awake.
It makes me wonder if one or whatever woke up and started to run and screamed.
100 hours, she heard a voice scream and believed it to be Kaylee's.
This is very personal. It's directed at, there's one girl that she snubbed him or something, like the rejection. He's got face clothes into a black bag.
The discarded black backpack in the backyard.
So I hear psychology major. I think they're gonna circle.
That investigators believe was driven by Brian Kohberger making repeated passes at the King Road house that night before the murders.
Weird fascination with horror flicks. That's jogging. There's a reference to Stalker with him.
Washington. Around the same time, investigators say cell phone data shows he made at least a dozen late night or early morning trips near the victim's home.
One of the blondes. I was looking at with the blue eyes, but I'm like, this is a plan. I hear plan. I see you and I get obsessed with you, and then I start kind of stalking you, kind of thing.
Apparently he had liked some of her Instagram photos, even liked some of Kaylee's Instagram photos that had Maddie in them.
Some pornography. Because I keep getting a computer.
Experts who did a deep dive into his cell phone and computer.
Psychopathic paranoia and
October 12th through November 16th on his computer show that browser was in use, but then there's no history. So we know that he was cleaning up.
going in and clearing things around that time frame.
He was searching, watching a lot of news stories on YouTube about this. A lot of people.
The nature of the searches were non-consensual sex acts.
I do feel like he has blue eyes, actually he has Ted Bundy eyes. Like if you look at Ted Bundy's eyes and you look at his eyes, they're the same. Maybe a little bit lighter. The one thing that I keep seeing is curls. So I don't know if he has curly hair or wavy hair, and that might be when it's grown out. I hear the word elongated, like his face might be a little bit longer. There's a reference to a pointier type nose. He honestly looks a lot like Ted Bundy, but like a jacked up Ted Bundy. Like not as handsome. Why am I hearing the word campus security? Like a security guard or a badge. I'm getting like a Brian or something like that. It's because wherever I live, I'm going upstairs to a second floor. Because I see him climbing stairs, but I'm outside. I think something to do with where he lives. Because I am climbing like those cement stairs that are outside. Like I think they are going to catch him. Because I'm seeing him in an orange jumpsuit. Tells me that he wasn't as smart as he thought he was. I keep getting December. He says, you know, people pass killers every day and don't even know it. I'm in a replaying of a Scream movie. He shows me this guy like watching, you know what I mean? Like behind a computer a lot. Stalking. I said like Ted did, he stalked. This is kind of a same kind of feeling, like waiting for the right moment kind of thing. But okay. But I already see him watching someone else.
It's saying that Brian Kohberger stalked them at Washington State University and even showed up outside their houses.
Idolizes serial killers and horror movies.
Berger was studying Ted Bundy, who Berger was obsessed with other serial killers. Serial killer Harvey Glattman, who is known as the Lonely Hearts Killer, was Robert Hansen. Berger also searched for Tommy Lynn Sells, which was for a man whose name isn't as widely known as, say, Ted Bundy. Danny Rolling was dubbed the Gainesville Ripper after he murdered 4 female college students and a male student in August of 1990. Rolling broke into the apartments of the college students, dressed in all black, wearing a mask, them with a K-bar knife, homes of one of his victims through a sliding glass door.
Hard time breathing. It's so bad.
Left lung laceration, liver laceration, only had sharp force injuries, and then
I really feel drawn to Maddie as Maddie being the one. And about one dimple here, reference to I keep getting with the Adam's apple is more defined. Thing about Instagram. I feel like it feels like I'm stalking in the shadows, but I may have talked to her before. But jealousy, obsession, you don't think I'm good enough for you.
Yeah.
This was planned. This was meticulously planned, sort of a temper, and been kind of weird. Stalking her, he knows the layout of the area. He knows how to get in and out. Like, I feel like, you know how sometimes people scope out places and then so that they can act on it later, and I'm getting chills with that. Kind of feel a lurking feeling, and dressed in all black. I have a bag, ROTC. This is a predator. Nobody's been looking at. Yes, built up. This acted on it. This is a fantasy that he acted out. The reason why I was all for was just because it was. They were all there, and it was like kind of like how spree killers are. They just act, and they don't really care who's there. Curls. It's weird. Like they keep showing me curls. Hair's wavy or has curls to it. Or I zone in on him. I see him by himself. I only see him going into the house. I don't see 2. I know people have asked me if there's 2. I don't see 2. Like, these kind of killers don't normally work with partners. Gloves, and I get like the thicker gloves across. He's all black, and he has a mask, except for you can see his, where his eyes are. While I was only seeing the blue eyes. Am I sitting in a car watching? That comes across as lighter. It's a lighter color. I think laughing sorority sisters, so she also sorority girl sisterhood. There's a tattoos, people getting tattoos in memory, and all. If the tattoos have names in them, because I keep seeing in the back of my head for some reason. I wonder if someone wasn't hit in the head.
force injuries. This is kind of where the question about the second weapon is.
Digital footprint, because I hear digital footprint. That might be where he messed up. I feel like he's kind of geeky and smart. Like, he just saw her and became like super infatuated with her. Right. Psychologically, that's not right. Psycho sociopath. Because there's something that comes in where there's other sides to him. You would ever think. Like, I think maybe they think he's odd and stuff like that. Like, I do think you see writing in blood, but I don't know if it's symbolic. I don't see a partner. I just don't. Right. And this was able to be done by one person because Ted Bundy did it. But he wanted to be a cop at one time. He shows me gymnastics. Where the volleyball comes in with her. Pink with her. Reference to like scholarship funds or something like that. Lie. I hear planet placements. So I'd be curious if the planet placements weren't similar here at this time as they were when Ted Bundy hit. The name James. Map of like inside the house. The left like bicep hurts all of a sudden.
Left clavicle severed, his subclavin vein and subclavin.
It's weird. He's like standing, but he's like pointing up like that. The person intended to go, I guess. Who's the target at that time? Getting a K. Budget me again. That was a rejection. I hear the word fantasy. Something in this guy's mind was a fantasy. Narcissism with him. He's not a psychopath. He had fun with it.
Right.
And again, the thing about breaking into the house and having the power over them, having like my back is hurting, my kind of like my spine. I'm having a hard time kind of angry when he did this, like very angry. There's a lot of cussing heart, and then she breaks it in half. So I don't know if
Laceration on her right lung, 2 lacerations in her heart.
Still showing me her kind of fighting him when like fighting to get free, or collarbone or something like that. Times where they would recognize him lurking, kind of, I guess, or annoying is the word that she says, like arrogant. An interrogation room reference to Christmas, so around Christmas time. But I feel like it just said you can run but you can't hide. It could be criminal justice. Studying criminal justice. For some reason, he gets rejected a lot. We're working on that, so maybe putting on a new door or fixing a door because it's broken. There's something. 57 again. What is that?
50 plus stab wounds.
Most kind of Sarah and Ethan together holding hands. Like he didn't know the person, or I'm not getting like a familiarity there, but I also like I've been stabbed in the side, and this has a specific handle on it. A wider thing that goes around in the bottom, like I don't know if it's like wrap or tape or whatever around there.